Quick tips for Menuet in E-flat major. This is Players 3 by Johann Mattheson. So this one has interesting different motives. So you can play all the quarter notes slightly detached. I think that's a better option than trying to play them all legato, but there are some places that I like them legato. So for example, the B section starting at the end of line 2 to the left hand, legato here, and then make sure in measure 12 that you use finger 2, 3, 2, 1, then switch to a 3, 4 so you can get to this chord. Otherwise that chord is quite awkward. And then going back to the quarter being staccato, or just a lift. It shouldn't be short on this because it's kind of a longer piece. But then back to left hand being legato in measure 15. So right hand will lift, but left hand plays lift, then legato, and then back to when it kind of does this return. It doesn't do really return, it's kind of like a C section. At that point you go back to all of the quarters being slightly detached. So just in that B section, having some of the quarters being legato is that left hand line. Then, but the right hand can be still detached. 3, 4. Right hand slightly lift. And then coming down to a 1 here on measure 17 so that you're in position to get that. With the ornaments are optional. For my advice at this level is just to leave them out. If you want to try, because they tend to be, there's a lot more to focus on, and ornaments typically are quite an advanced technique that we can easily add later, and they're more work than they're worth at this point when they're going to be added later with a better technique. So my advice is to leave them out. If you don't want to leave them out, you want to really measure them. So that's the speed they need to go. Or you could do, but I would leave that out because at that point it's not correct to do them that slow. But as it's written down below, it should be so up to speed. Right, so and then just doing the dynamics as written. So taking a lot of time to practice this hands alone to get the fingering is very important because it kind of goes all over the place. The rhythm and then the phrasing, because once you put the hands together, both hands are very active, and this one doesn't have a lot of repeated patterns or a section that fully repeats again, so you need to learn this correctly from the beginning. So making sure the hands, fingering, expression, rhythms, notes, all the fern steps are really solid and even close to up to tempo maybe in each hand before you even attempt putting hands together.